I'm Tony Medawar. I used to be the director of the Agatha Christie Festival, and I've come here this year to talk about Agatha Christie and the occult. Now, the occult and supernatural beings and supernatural things occur throughout her work, from her earliest short stories that she wrote in the 1910s and 1920s, through to her very last short story, Harlequin's Tea Set. And you can find examples in some of the detective stories, some of the Poirot stories, and even some of the elements of some of the Miss Marple stories have a tinge of the supernatural about them. So I think it was something that Agatha was extremely interested in. I actually think she may have attended seances in the 1910s, but there's absolutely no evidence of that. And I think also it's worth pointing out that her experience of witches and curses may have come from some of the stories, including stories told about this place, Torre Abbey, and particularly the Spanish Barn, which is where I was speaking, which is supposed to be haunted by the ghosts of dead Spanish sailors, and indeed a white lady who wanders around the grounds here.
And just sort of, yes, throwing in another question, just talk about why you're so interested in Agatha and why the occult?
Okay. So I often get asked, why am I interested in the work of Agatha Christie? Why do I think she was a great writer? Partly it's her range. She wrote good books for longer than anyone else in the genre. And her books, even though sometimes they use similar plot devices and sometimes they're similar to short stories she wrote, you often find that she comes up with a completely new way of unwinding the plot so that you might think you know where it's going, but in fact you don't. So 5 years ago, I was asked by a leading Torquay business figure, do you think anyone will still be reading Agatha Christie in 10 years? And I have to say, I looked at that person like they were completely mad. Christie is the best asset that Torquay, or indeed any town, could ever want, because her books, I think, will be read for a very, very long time. It's amazing how many modern writers, including people you might not think would be influenced by Agatha Christie, are in fact. We had Linda LaPlante come to the festival last year, and one wouldn't automatically link the creator of Prime Suspect with Agatha Christie. But yeah, she is. And you see so many young writers now who are influenced, people like Tom Mead, Victoria Dowd, and many others who have taken the principles of the Golden Age, the game playing of the Golden Age, the fair play of Golden Age crime stories, and started to make it their own, started to take forward those ideas in a new context, and coming up with new solutions and new plots.